Ever sit down to learn something new, and your brain just fogs over? You reread the same paragraph. Watch the same video 3 times. Take notes that don't stick. And hours later, you feel frustrated, drained, and still lost. The worst part? You start thinking maybe you're just not smart enough. You're not alone. But the truth is, your mind isn't slow. It's just overloaded. Distracted. Misused. And once you learn how to clear that up, learning gets weirdly fast. Almost like cheating. Let's reset how you learn, calmly, powerfully, and with clarity. Most people try to learn while scrolling. Music in the background. 5 tabs open. Notifications on. But your brain wasn't built for that. It was built for presence. If learning feels hard, it's probably not the material, it's the mental clutter. Try this: before you start learning anything, do nothing. Just sit. Breathe for 60 seconds. Let your mind land. That one quiet minute. That's when your brain goes from foggy to focused. Clarity doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less, first. Reading, watching, listening, those help. But real learning happens when you reteach it. The fastest learners don't just take notes. They talk to themselves. They draw what they have just learned. They explain it like they're teaching a kid. Why? Because when you translate what you learn into your own words, you're not memorizing. You're mastering. So next time you finish reading a page, pause. Ask yourself, if I had to explain this to someone right now, could I? That's when it clicks. You won't. Your brain is smart, but it's not a filing cabinet. It forgets fast, especially if you never revisit what you learned. The trick? Spaced repetition. Simple. Unsexy. Powerful. Review what you learned 1 day later. Then, 3 days. Then a week. It takes 5 minutes. But it tells your brain, this matters. Don't lose it. Learning isn't about cramming once. It's about touching the same idea a few more times. That's how it sticks, quietly, permanently. You remember stories. Not data. If you want something to stick, tie it to something human. Let's say you're learning history. Don't memorize the date. Ask, what would it feel like to be there? Learning coding. Don't just learn syntax. Build something silly. Fun. Personal. The more meaning you give a concept, the faster your mind holds on to it. Because your brain doesn't hold on to what's important. It holds on to what's felt. This might be the biggest learning block. You stay silent in class. You avoid asking questions. You pretend to understand when you don't. Why? Because you're scared of being seen as slow. But the fastest learners are the most honest learners. They don't mind being wrong. They're curious enough to ask why. Even if everyone else pretends to get it. So if you want to learn fast, let go of the need to look smart. Because the moment you do, you actually become smart. Most people wait until they feel 100% prepared to take action. That's a trap. Because learning accelerates when it becomes real. If you're learning a language, talk to someone. If you're learning business, sell one tiny thing. If you're learning to write, publish a short post today. The act of doing creates feedback. Feedback creates progress. And progress? That's what rewires the brain fastest. Start messy. Start unsure. Just start. This part gets skipped. But your brain doesn't grow while you study. It grows when you sleep. When you walk. When you unplug. Taking a break isn't lazy. It's strategic. After you study, give yourself quiet time. No screens. No noise. Just stillness. That's when your subconscious organizes the info. That's when things click the next morning. You don't need more hours. You need smarter rest. You're not trying to race. You're trying to retain. Because learning isn't just about cramming facts. It's about building a mind that adapts. So slow down. Simplify. Teach. Review. Feel. Apply. Rest. That's not flashy. But it works so well, it feels unfair. You don't need a genius brain to learn fast. You just need a quiet mind, a clear plan, and the courage to begin before you feel ready. Because once you know how to learn, you can learn anything. And when does that click? It's not just faster. It's unstoppable.